Most people think that getting promoted as a manager is a reward. But in reality, that's where careers are failing. And the worst part is that you don't even realize it until the damage is done. I learned this in a very hard way. I remember I lost one of my strongest teammates, and it is not that this person was weak, but because I didn't know what leadership is. Well friends, my name is Arun Thukral. I'm a leadership coach, and in this video today, I'm going to tell you why managers fail in their first job. And I want you to make notes and learn what are the real practices that can help you in shaping your leadership career, and particularly if you are new as a manager and new to this role. When you get promoted, everyone congratulates you and you feel like you have already done and proven yourself because you have really worked hard for it. And in reality also, you have proven yourself that why you are a consistent performer and why you need to be in a space of leading others. But here is the reality that a lot of people miss out. And the reality is that people, when they come into the new role, they keep thinking and working like an individual contributor. So for example, they keep solving the problems by themselves, they keep fixing people's work, and most importantly, they keep giving constant instructions to their teammates. So in reality, they have just upgraded the designation, but in their mind, they are still working like an individual contributor. And that's the trap that a lot of managers miss, and they fail miserably even before they have really kicked off. And the biggest sign of that particular thing is they say that they don't have time. They are just running from pillar to post to fix things everywhere, and they don't even realize that they have become a people manager. Your role has changed. It's not about how you are fixing the problem, it's about how you are dealing with people. That's your core role. And most people miss this. Your biggest shift is this, that you are no longer evaluated on the task that you do, you are evaluated on the outcome that you achieve through your people. Which means you don't win when you perform, you win when your team perform. And that's where there is a psychological stress that you have, because you believe that by just taking one more step, by doing one more work, you can just solve the problem and make things easy. And you're right, but the moment you do that, you reduce ownership, you reduce confidence, and most importantly, you make your team dependent on you. And that's where slowly and steadily you start becoming the bottleneck for your team. And that's where a lot of managers have trouble in delegating the task. If you agree with this, type manager in the comment section. Let me share with you a real-time example from my own career. Early in my leadership role, I had one teammate who was really good. He was smart, he was fast, and he was reliable. But I always try to improve him or try to make him better, not in big things, but in small things. I used to do small things like change in the wording or change the format or something to do with how he can do better next time. Now, while I was doing this, I was trying to set certain standards, but at his end, he was realizing and getting a message that I don't trust him. Though I didn't say that, but this is the message he was getting with every instruction or every message I was sending to him. Initially, he kept on asking questions to clarify how he can improve upon, but later, slowly and steadily, he started becoming quiet. And one fine day, he resigned. And during his exit interview, he mentioned one thing that really stuck with me. He mentioned that I did everything to improve myself, whatever my boss told me, but somehow I did not meet his expectations. And that really hit me, because I thought that I was trying to build his performance standards high, but in reality, I was damaging his ownership. I never forget that lesson in my life, and I still hold it very close to my heart. And from here, everything started to change the way I led my teams subsequently. Hope you got some learning that what kind of unknowing mistakes we make as a new leader. If this resonates with you, type leadership in the comment section. After this episode, I started noticing a pattern and realized that most new managers fail because of three things. Number one, they confuse control with leadership, which means they feel that they need to be involved in everything, which gives them a confidence that they are being responsible. Number two, they overcorrect things rather than developing their teams, which means they try to fix everything rather than seeing that how they are making their teams more capable. And number three, they create dependency. That means for everything, their team cannot function without involving them or taking their consent or approval. Now, by doing this and by being on top of everything, eventually, every time you are making your team to grow less. And eventually the team is only dependent on you. And these are the factors that comes very, very clearly with young managers, because they want to take control, they want to be in charge, and they want to be on top of everything. And here is what I start making changes in the way I used to work. Number one, I stopped correcting everything. Rather, I started asking myself, does this really matter? Number two, instead of giving answers, I started asking questions. Something like, what do you think we should do? And that really changed the way people started thinking, and now they have to think and respond. And number three, I brought more clarity than control, which means I started focusing on the overall outcome rather than controlling them, what they are going to do, how they are going to do, or fixing their problems. Now, the more clarity was there, the more outcomes started to look better. And eventually, by doing this, there are three things that happen. Number one, the ownership at the team started to increase. Number two, their confidence also doubled up. And most importantly, we started getting results and me doing less work. And that's what I realize is the real role of a leader, of a manager, in shaping the confidence and developing the team for brighter future. Always remember this as a new manager. If your team starts depending on you for every decision, it means that you are not leading them, you are limiting them. So one thing you really need to come out of is that as a manager, you are not needed every time. Rather, your job is to reduce your need over your team. Or I normally put it in a way that how soon you become redundant to your team so that your team starts functioning on their own. And that is the true success of any leader, any manager. Because once you do that, it means you have created more leaders who are ready to replace you, and you are knocking the door for the next role. And that's a clear differentiator for a great leader to develop a team, and that's your core role. In the end, I would just like to summarize one simple thing, that all new managers, they are promoted because they do a lot of hard work, they prove themselves, they show results, and that's why they qualify themselves to reach to a point where they start leading. But even before you realize that your careers are failing, you really need to understand that now you are no more all about you, your work, your task. Now you are all about your team, their outcomes, their capability, and how much freedom you give them and how much more you make them capable. This is the success for you to be a great leader. If you really like this video, put a comment below or give a thumb on the like button that acknowledges my effort in preparing this content for you. So soon we'll meet next week, and we'll have a new topic to discuss.